All right, so let's watch this semi-final here. This was Kolobkov versus a Korean whose name I forget. But what I remember is Koo. All right, Mr. Koo. What I remember is this is a bout. Honestly, one of the first bouts I watched when I started fencing. One of the first high-level bouts, and I thought it was so cool. And I got my introduction to Janet, and I didn't actually realize how good Kolobkov was yet. But let's have a look, because the Koo gave him quite a run for his money. And let's have a look how he did. It's actually just a fantastic bout, right? So, in natural fashion, Kolobkov skips time and hits our opponent. Looks like with a bit of a far flesh, but we take those. Oh, so that's kind of out of the Nick Zhang book. Right, so this really, right, go high, get the attention, right? You look here. You got his attention. Induce a bit of a right counterattack by showing low, beat, go, like super close. That was a fantastic flesh. Like, just let's have a quick look, right? So Kolobkov is very good. Like, he fences low hand a lot, and you know something's gonna happen when he raises his hand. And a few times, Koo really seems to find that kind of timing where Kolobkov is in between, is kind of in that weird zone where he has a brain fart. Hand high, go. Right as he was about to drop it. Alright, so let's look at the slow-mo. Right, Kolobkov is just as he's dropping his hand. So right, Kolobkov is hand low as he usually does. Searches 6 just for the hell of it. And then as kind of he forgets that he's fencing, sort of. He kind of nabs the blade, but like insane timing from the Korean. And like this is just super good fencing. Oof. So we get, he nails him just on the top here. So let's bring it over. So on this look low to high, just kind of flicks it in. He happens to get the top of the hand. Alright, so that, just for reference, like that kind of hit, like, would you say, I wouldn't say Koo went for that hit, but like he certainly put himself in the position to get it, right? He just tried and then he followed through after. He happened to hit the top. I wouldn't say he meant to get the hit, but he certainly put himself in a favorable position to get it. Kolobkov's being very careful, right? Raise his hand, leaves. Raise, leave, back up. So he's being a lot more careful over the distance. Oof. So let's look at why he's attacking, right? Kolobkov, signature 6. Man. So it's actually, I wouldn't say it's like an inherent weak spot of Kolobkov. It's something that's you can play off of. Bounce, look for the blade. And then commit. And looks like Koo's going in with one disengage, but still managed to get caught a little bit. There's a lot of looking for the blade by Kolobkov at a really far distance. Ku is very classic, tip on the hand, staying far, but like really, when he chooses a moment, it's always after Kolobkov looks for something, and then he takes his turn. Whoa. Right, so let's watch. Kolobkov like brings his hand up, searches for something, instant attempt to punish by the Korean. Korean guy has really good footwork. Very clean basics. Oh. Really nice. So let's look. Raise hand. Okay, I'm safe. Beat. And it just has to be a slight disruption, not a big one, and goes to hit. So someone who's being very classic, keep things simple. In general, you should probably keep things simple. It's so this is super interesting, sort of. So little thing to learn from. Right, so when you're at about tip to tip, right, Kolobkov's hiding his distance a bit, but you can kind of tell he's more or less tip to tip if he raises his tip. You're about one step away from the hand, and a step lunge obviously to the body. So if Ku were to step in and be a little too close, he would put himself at either the ability to hit from a straight flesh or to be hit. So always know kind of what situation you're looking to be at. Are you looking to set up your attack, or are you looking to defend an attack? And look how Kolobkov will step into that. Look. And Ku just steps back, and now the distance is reset. Then we go to the next period. So these are the old rules, right? I don't even think they had passivity yellows yet. And so, see, same thing. Like, we're super far. Step. Oh, I'm at a distance where I might be able to hit. Ku backs up. No harm, no foul. Oh, so relax, back up by Kolobkov. Step in. And Ku really takes advantage after Kolobkov does something with his hand. But this time he follows. Right? So Kolobkov does like some kind of sweeping. Ku really likes to try to punish right after that turn's really been taken. Admittedly, it takes a lot of guts, and yeah, it just takes a lot of guts to do this. Oh, so he tried to call him out early. Let's see. Turn one. Wow, really good double by Kolobkov, and just insane timing by Ku. Like, that must be so scary to fence again. Because he just like that, he'll always try to punish. Or not always try, but you know he'll punish you if you go a little too out of distance. Oof. So, 8. now we're like super close. Beat 6 or beat tierce. Try to go for the foot. A bit of a miss. And then just sweep up into 6 and get it. So the initial action was kind of nutty. A little bit too close. But the reaction by Kolobkov was so smooth and fast. Oh, I stepped off the strip. Ooh. So here, right, tip to tip, they're a little bit close. Step in. So here, Kolobkov, right, in all reality, he feels like he's got the blade. Feels he's getting a good distance. Insanely good reaction by the Korean, but they're a little bit too close already. Kolobkov gets the remise. Very, very good distance control. Ooh. So that was really good because, again, this is all like a really good distance management. So let's back it up. Right, so Kolobkov, like this whole bout, right, he's been kind of showing something, stepping forward, showing something, stepping forward. And he's just playing a little too hard, right? And as the saying goes, fuck around and find out. He found out. So really good, like honestly, I think Ku's distance and like his ability to just choose a moment is so good. But a lot of these hand hits are just, a lot of these hand hits to me is just, you're trying, you're not necessarily, you're taking advantage of a moment. You didn't necessarily create it, but you're ready to be there. You're ready for that moment. Oh. So, right, Kolobkov takes his turn. Like, there's, maybe on this day, I'd have to look at more Kolobkov, but it really looks like anytime Kolobkov takes a turn and he's not ready, he gets to find out. Really, really good fencing. So I would say, like, is the Korean so far, Ku is really good at sanctioning, right? He's really good at letting you know that you made a mistake. But so far, right, what I'm seeing is he's not actively forcing these mistakes. So he's a little bit like very reliant on his opponent to play the game for him. That being said, he just yeets himself. I feel like it was a bit of a stat check, right? Kolobkov looks a bit nonchalant real quick. And then what does Ku do? Oh, there's a little... Gets the attention high, goes low, high. So good double by Kolobkov, but finally it's something very, like, very proactive. Didn't look like he was reacting. He was the doer. Eight. Yeah, it looks good. So, right, he's still on. Hit. Yeah, I think it's good. Right, and one thing that makes Kolobkov so dangerous. Oh, so I'll show you guys in a second. And this precise, right? He looks for. He keeps his hand low. Oh, a little, like, he just flicks it in. That's so good. Doop. Right, with that, so we'll see what happens in a second. Right, so Kolobkov has his hand low, right? And he'll bring it up, he'll search, and he'll either take an 8, he might even flesh. If you find a time to go in, which Ku has been really trying to do, he might take an 8, but most of the time he'll counterattack. So it's a very simple yet complicated game because Kolobkov's reactions cover so many bases to you're just like, which one am I getting? Yeah, so well, I want to see if Kolobkov. So Kolobkov does prepare something first, and then Ku initiates. So very often now, it's still just Kolobkov trying to kind of initiating with something, and then Ku trying to punish. Oh. Then if you flush direct, is that well, Kolobkov kind of misses on that. So this is the one, right? So low hand, 8 straight. 8 show. Oh, I'm going straight. Beautiful. Like tactically, it sounds simple. I dare you to try to do it. Way harder than it sounds. Oh! That was so beautiful. So I think that was induced by Ku. Like, man, I take back all my critics. Like, right, he goes in, he kind of feels he needs to blade, right? He's worried about the 8 and he's worried about the counterattack. He goes in. So right now, he goes in 6. Right, takes his tip high. He takes his 6. So he takes his 6. Right, so if there's a counterattack, he'll disengage it. If there's an 8, he'll go around it. But here, full stop. Flicks it in. And gets the counter. And leaves. And like you can hear the crowd. Wow, indeed, sir. Wow, just beautiful hit. Granted, I guess, wow. Obviously, right, like, I'm telling, like, that Ku might have some holes in his game. Like, I just, it's relative to Kolobkov here, right? Oh. And this is the one time I think Kolobkov took 4 all bout. 8, 6, 8, 6, 4. 8. And I think the time is running low too. You can kind of hear it. 4, parry, win. So honestly, just fantastic bout. To me, this is one of the first high-level bouts I'd ever watched. And I highly encourage you to rewatch old bouts or even older ones of my videos if you want, and see if you can look at it from a different lens, because it's very easy to learn new things. Our fencing knowledge grows, and usually I like to hope deepens. And yeah, it's really cool to watch something from a distance perspective, and I hadn't rewatched this bout in quite some time. So I hope you enjoy, and let me know if there's some more kind of vintage fencers you want to see. Thank you, and have a good one.